A plague like no other begins. You need to hear this if you're a history enthusiast. In the summer of 1518, in the bustling town of Strasbourg, a peculiar and terrifying event began to unfold. It all started with a single woman who, without warning, began to dance uncontrollably in the town square. Her movements were erratic, her face a mask of distress, yet she seemed unable to stop. The townspeople watched in a mix of curiosity and horror as she danced through the day and into the night. What followed was a plague of death, a macabre dance that would claim many lives. It started with one woman, her feet tapping, arms jerking uncontrollably. Her body seemed to move of its own accord, driven by an unseen force. By nightfall, a dozen others had joined her. There was no music to guide their steps, only the relentless rhythm of their own madness. Villagers stared, eyes wide with bewilderment and fear. What was happening to their friends and neighbors? Why couldn't they stop? By the second day, the number of dancers had swelled to 30. They danced until they collapsed from exhaustion, only to rise and continue their frantic movements. Their feet bled, their eyes went blank with fatigue. One man even died mid-step, his heart giving out from the strain. The town square became a scene of chaos, filled with bodies swaying, stumbling and falling. It was as if the entire town had been possessed by a malevolent force. It was as if they were possessed, their bodies no longer under their own control. In a desperate attempt to help, priests built a stage and brought in musicians, hoping that organized music might bring some order to the chaos. But it was to no avail. More people joined the dance, their numbers swelling to 50. Some laughed hysterically, others screamed in terror. The air was thick with desperation and fear. The villagers turned to prayer, hoping for a miracle to end the madness. They prayed day and night, but the dance continued, relentless and unforgiving. The dance showed no signs of stopping. It was as if the dancers were caught in a relentless, inescapable nightmare. A month into the ordeal, dozens had died. Their hearts burst from the strain, their bodies broken by the relentless movement. One young girl, her face pale and eyes vacant, finally fell to the ground. Her heart had given out, and with her death, the dance finally stopped. Silence fell over Strasbourg, a grim reminder of the horror that had unfolded. The town was left to mourn and to wonder what had caused such a terrifying event. In their despair, the dancers had seemed to beg for release, but none came. They danced as if to escape their fate, but fate had caught up with them. You can't outstep fate. It waits for you to break, and break they did, one by one. Subscribe for more untold history, #HistoryUntold.